With Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 out, it's time to finally talk about the one aspect that I wish I could have talked about in my non-spoiler review. We got word that David Bautista would not be returning to the MCU. On top of that, every poster focuses on Rocket, and the trailers obviously hint at his heartbreaking origin story. On top of that, we have Zoe Saldana saying she probably won't return to the MCU. On top of that, we have this one shot of Star-Lord. On top.
I get it!
The point is, we all know from all of this that one of these assholes are dying. The big twist here is no one dies in this movie, and I'm strongly conflicted on this. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is arguably the darkest MCU movie yet, and it promised an emotional send-off for this gang of assholes. The promise was delivered. The ending consists of Mantis leaving to be her own person, Nebula and Drax staying on Nowhere to help with the rescued children created by the High Evolutionary, Star-Lord returning to Earth to connect with his grandfather, the new Gamora staying with the Ravengers, and Rocket and Groot dancing with the other citizens. With the gang separated, it really does feel like the end. However, my problem comes with the hype over a character's death. The fact that no one dies has its positives and its negatives, and it's extremely conflicting for me, and I just wanted to voice my opinions on this. On the positive side, the Guardians as a unit are some of the most lovable characters in the entire MCU. Seeing any of them die would be heart-shattering. The game's chemistry is just so well done that thinking of any character dying and how it would affect the crew would hurt the audience a lot and any fan of the series. But if the movie had killed someone off, it would have been bold, and Lord knows I love when a movie is bold. The negatives with no death is it causes the film to miss out on staying power by the end credits. A death like Rocket's would have made sense in the narrative and really tied it all together. But looking back, it might have been cliche to see Rocket die. And it also would have made the High Evolutionary even more hateable than he is, which is what I really love about his villain. He is a villain that you will hate.
Inspired me to create Counter-Earth.
I don't care.
All of the good and none of the bad.
I don't need another speech by some impotent whack job whose mother didn't love him, rationalizing why he needs to conquer the universe.
Or maybe you'll just want to kill him altogether. It's not only Rocket whose death gets teased throughout the movie. We get moments where Drax seems like he will die from being shot a bunch of times, but then he's fine the next scene. Then Drax, Nebula, and Mantis almost die from the atmosphere in space, but it's not even those four that rob us of a good death. The characters in parallel constantly seemingly about to die throughout the film gives this movie stakes and causes the intensity of the whole film to rise up until the end. It gets you on the edge of your seat throughout the entire runtime, and I love this aspect. Every time a character is about to die and they don't, it causes me to break out in sweat and wipe it off going, phew, close one, I'm happy they're alive. For now. But the character death we were truly robbed of was Peter Quill. Near the end of the film, he is in the space atmosphere stuck. No way to get to the bridge that his friends are on that Cosmo is helping bridge together. Groot's tree branches snap from the vines being in the cold, not a single character can reach him. Then the movie shows us his hand which has his Zune. A powerful shot that shows how this man got us into blasting these catchy tunes is about to die. If he had died, it would have been a parallel to how he saved Gamora from the atmosphere in the first one, but also how he couldn't have saved Yondu in the second film. Once he is saved and I wiped the tears from my eyes, I was extremely happy knowing that my favorite characters in the MCU all lived. But also, a death like that would have been beautiful, and I feel robbed of this. This video was never going to be a deep look into the film, but I wanted to express my conflict with this aspect that I hinted at in my non-spoiler review. The gang is alive and it truly alludes to happier days for these characters, but Star-Lord dying might have also been the right choice into tying his character arc into full circle. But still knowing the gang lives to dance another day to Star-Lord's music, it makes me happy. Maybe a death could have helped the ending we got, but the ending we did eventually get still fit well. Either way, it's satisfying to know we got an emotional send-off to the best galactic gang in the galaxy.
Mantis, look out!